Today, we're painting with a secret weapon. Yo, dog, Katie Boucher here, Next Level Painting, hitting you up on the literal best of all days. Coming to you from the Beats Lab in Hollywood, California. We are doing it again. Today, we are painting with a secret weapon. Secret weapon miniatures paints, to be exact. I'm gonna lay down a real short and concise video that shows you how simple nurturing any realistic muted effect can be using their system. This video marks the last tutorial featuring the new Orc Warlord from 3D Art Digital. The next time you see this miniature featured on my website, it'll be in the gallery section. Before we jump in it, let me advertise a new feature on Patreon. We just rolled out with a brand new reward tier, one-on-one coaching and private lessons. Scoot on over to Patreon, check it out, see if it's something you're interested in. I would say one of the best selling points of this new tier is the exclusive Facebook chat that you gain access to. That Facebook chat does have priority in my queue. It gives you a direct line to work in progress, critiques, and more. Let me shout out a couple of legendary individuals this week. Phil, Chains, Chris, Jacob, Hannah, Laurel, Nicholas, Azriel, and Jonathan. These guys came in clutch this week over on Patreon. Yo guys, I cannot do it without you. Thank you. Let's do this thing. Orc Thanos, or as I like to call him, Thanorc. He finally got his legs. Those pants are super fancy. But anyway guys, he'll be done soon. Today we're going to be focusing down on some fur technique. You can see we primed it black on the shaft of this hammer. I believe that's the technical term, not a hammer scientist. Old mud, dark wood, mix them together in the airbrush. 50-50-ish, like I said, not a scientist. We're gonna give it a few thin coats, don't overdo it here. Let it dry. Move on to light dust, secret weapon miniatures as well. Mix it in 50-50-ish. We're gonna start spraying some highlights down on the bottoms of these fur tips. I don't know why, it just looks interesting to me. All right. Moving on, weathered wood, one of my favorite colors in the line. This is the most versatile off-white I've ever used. We're gonna spray on, re-intensify some of those highlights, bang them down, take them to that next level. Always take it to 11 before you wash it back down to 10. Tire black, one of the best in the line. Mix it back in with that dark wood. We're gonna use this to kind of go back to the shade. You can go back and forth when airbrushing, it ain't a big deal. We're gonna re-establish some of those shadows, make it look its absolute best, maximum contrast all day, every day. Orange rust, another great color here. We're gonna thin that down. While that paint is drying, we're gonna stay busy in the Beats Lab and cut in some of this rope in between those tufts of fur, holding it down. Once we get all that locked in, dry brush. This is the OSGest of all techniques. We're gonna take that weathered wood, do a couple rapid fire dry brushes going against the grain on this fur. It will give it a lot of contrast, a lot of highlight for little effort. Okay, that's not enough though. It's time to increase the contrast with soft body black, one of the best washes that Secret Weapon Miniature makes. Compliments of Les Bursley. Much love, homie. We're gonna thin it down just a little bit. I'm using just a little water, and we're just going to use light brush pressure. Go with the grain, kind of dab it in, let it soak into where it needs to go. It's gonna create contrast, get into those recesses, darken them, shade them up, and there you go. That's a solid fur effect for very little effort, thanks to Secret Weapon Miniatures. Anyway, guys, play on, players.